Let me start by saying I've been with Alex for 5 years. 5 years of what I thought was true partnership, dedication, and a ton of endurance on my part. When I talk about endurance, I mean I've been the financial backbone while he chased one fleeting ambition after another. There was the podcast he was convinced would rival Joe Rogan, the dropshipping business he claimed was revolutionary. It wasn't. And his short-lived obsession with stock day trading that wiped out his remaining funds. Through it all, I kept things stable. Rent on me, bills on me, food shopping on me, even his phone plan. You name it, I covered it. Alex was the visionary, and I suppose I was the naive one who kept buying into his visions. Each time he'd pitch a fresh concept, full of energy and promises, I'd swallow my skepticism and back him up. This one's a game changer, he'd insist, and foolishly, I'd nod along. About 3 weeks back, Alex grew oddly withdrawn, glued to his laptop more than ever, muttering about requiring room to evolve and rediscover his path. I brushed it off initially. He often waxes poetic before diving into a new scheme. But then he began nitpicking the apartment's condition in a way he'd never done, highlighting cluttered counters or unsorted mail with this unfamiliar critical edge. Finally, last Thursday, he pulled me aside in the living room after my shift ended. He wore that grave expression reserved for confessing another flop. But what he said next felt like a bad dream. "We need to part ways," he declared. "You're not pulling your weight with the daily upkeep." I burst out laughing, assuming it was a prank, but his stone face made my stomach drop. This guy, whom I've essentially carried for half a decade, was faulting me for inadequate contributions? When I pressed for details, certain he couldn't be earnest, he reinforced it. "You hardly tidy up, and I'm stuck handling all the relational effort. I'm constantly flagging what requires attention." Picture this. I grind through long days to maintain our lifestyle while he's indoors plotting his breakthrough. Sure, occasionally I'm exhausted and delay vacuuming or sorting recyclables. Maybe I leave a water bottle out or skip immediate bed making. But here's what I handle. Every rent check, every maintenance fix, every essential that sustains us. In contrast, Alex's top inputs have included color-coding the kitchen cabinets twice and discarding my reliable storage bins because they lacked vibe. This is the same person who panics if the internet lags briefly. Guess who contacts support each time? Me. Every celebration, outing, or errand. Organized by me. He can't even select streaming shows without triple-checking my preferences, yet somehow bungles it anyway. But the absurdity peaked post-announcement. Alex behaved as if the apartment was his domain already. He casually remarked how this split would refresh us both and proposed I crash with friends temporarily. He even mused about converting the spare space into his studio once I'd vacated, perhaps adopting a cat since no one would gripe about shedding. It dawned on me. He truly believed, or had overlooked, that the lease and title are solely mine. This place came from my family's trust fund. Allocation: I'm the exclusive holder. All payments, upgrades, everything. Under my umbrella, I stepped away, shut myself in the study, and chose not to debate or sway him. Nope, I'd let his fantasy play out, convinced he'd soon grasp his blunder. First update. As I shared before, my now ex Alex ended our relationship abruptly, alleging I slacked on household duties, which is ironic since I funded our entire setup. Rent, services, supplies, all while he focused on personal growth for years. Oh, and I managed most cooking, scrubbing, and tasks not tied to his cherished setup desk. But post-split, Alex strutted like the landlord incarnate. It barely took him moments to claim dominion. He didn't state it directly, but his demeanor screamed it. He sprawled out regally, creating chaos everywhere, blasting music till dawn as if unchanged. He even directed what I should box for my supposed exit efficiently. I sat stunned, curious how deep this illusion ran. It plunged deep. Roughly a week later, Alex announced a visitor. This occurred amid his phases of ignoring me, grumbling about honoring his boundaries. In my own space, right? I agreed, eager to identify the guest. At the knock, I greeted a lady with a cheerful grin and snacks. Her name was Sophia, charming and courteous, but clues suggested more than friendship. Their glances spoke volumes. Alex skimmed introductions, treating me like staff, then paraded her through the apartment, my apartment, like a property tycoon. Here's the den. I've had a sleeker TV setup. This kitchen's flow is ideal for gatherings. That's my workspace. It's my hub for ideas lately. I nearly scoffed at that. Ideas? He hasn't earned steadily since 2020. The workspace I arranged for potential gigs is mostly his streaming spot. Sophia lapped it up, envisioning her integration into this idyllic scene. I lingered in the hall, clutching my phone tightly. Options: explode or observe his self-sabotage. I picked the latter, intrigued by his audacity. That night, Alex whispered aside that we should timeline my departure. No pressure, but he and Sophia must strategize. Strategize what? A redecoration bash in my den? I grinned. No worries, I've got it covered. His smug nod showed he believed victory. Next dawn, as he slumbered, I summoned a key service to swap all entries. Done swiftly, I paid, brewed coffee, and awaited. When Alex sauntered in, I nonchalantly noted, "Locks updated this AM. Collect your gear and vacate by evening." The terror in his eyes, he blanched. "You can't." "Oh, yes, my property, my title, my call, you're out." He debated, begged, guilt with, I figured we shared a future. Sophia arrived amid chaos, expecting romance. Instead saw Alex stuffing bags while I supervised, urging him not to miss his monitors. She appeared baffled, probing. "This isn't yours?" Alex dodged. By dusk, both departed. I savored tea on the sofa he'd critiqued, reflecting on my near loss from excess generosity in effort, funds, and tolerance. Nevermore. Word is, Alex bounces between pals. Sophia bailed upon discovering his jobless, penniless state. Justice shines, doesn't it? Second update. I assumed closure, but Alex persisted in absurdity. Days post-exit, a shared contact, Dana, rang to touch base. Her tone hinted ulterior motives, so I queried, "Did Alex prompt this?" Dana confessed. Alex schemed the split for weeks, broadcasting to buddies, kin, even colleagues that he'd commandeer the apartment for a fresh start. He portrayed himself as the enduring mate tolerating my complaints. Per him, the place was essentially his due to investments in homeliness. I halted Dana. Investments? The guy rarely handled chores, let alone upkeep. I inquired if Alex noted the minor fact of sole ownership. Dana said he assumed I'd yield or he'd maneuver it. Evidently, Alex was so assured I'd concede that he celebrated prematurely, declaring liberation for his pursuits, even scheduling a move-in fest. In my space, the nerve, Dana revealed infuriating bits. Alex minimized my roles, asserting he managed essentials while I skimped. This from someone oblivious to rent amounts monthly. The fabrications were audacious and odd. I chuckled, grateful for the scoop. I pondered a fitting finale. Initially, I considered dropping it. Alex gone, apartment mine. Forward motion, but recalling years of mind games, monetary leeching, and this silly defamation? No pass. I crafted a calm, direct broadcast to our circle, rectifying points. Apartment fully mine. Alex contributed 0 to finances. Any builder claims false. Kept objective, attached proofs like lease docs, payment logs in my name, deed snapshot, no drama, just facts. Next, I contacted a nearby aid group for home setups, gifting Alex's abandoned items, his old chair, lamp he ignored, even his desk rig. They appreciated. I relished the purge. Finally, I informed Alex's folks, always gracious to me. They merited truth, spared minutiae, but conveyed enough to debunk his martyr tale. The broadcast erupted promptly. Most stunned yet backing. Unaware of his spins, some allies defended, citing stress. But I countered. Hardship's universal. No excuse for deceit. Alex learned of it. Rang raging, charging me with life-ruining. No right to expose. I replied evenly. You'd broadcasted for months. I clarified, then blocked. His parents, appalled, apologized deeply, offered reimbursement for tabs he ran. I refused, not about cash, about honesty. The peak? Weeks on, bumped Sophia at a store. She neared, abashed, sorry for entanglement. Alex fibbed on all, including mutual split. Then hilariously, Alex Cardwell's now. Pals shunned post-truth. Folks declined rescue. Too many torch ties. He harvests results. I don't endorse hardship. But here? Can't muster pity. He crafted his predicament. Now rests in it. Third update. Recall Alex's house reclaim bids? Popcorn ready. This escalated wildly. Last Tuesday, dining with sibling Lily, she fidgeted oddly, glancing at device. Odd stares like withholding. I prodded. "What's up?" "Don't rage," she prefaced. Ominous. "But Alex contacted me recently." I nearly coughed. Turns out, Alex circulated tales of our oral pact on the apartment. Per him, we were near wed. Nope. He added hugely false. But kicker. He sought funds from Lily. Not trivial. Enough for reboot and claim due. And she provided, before outrage. Context. Lily and I tight. Typically shrewd. But Alex spun a pity yarn of relational investments. Now destitute by me. Showed ancient receipts. Funded by me. Omitted. I pitted. Car living. So convinced. Lily confessed guiltily. How much? $1,500, she whispered, fury brewed. But Lily displayed chats. Then insight. My sis outsmarted. She hadn't merely loaned. Demanded signed note with terms, rate, collateral. His bike. Why bother for modest sum? She smirked. New BS. Wanted desperation proof. Plus, debt doc useful later. Hugged her then. But more. Pal Zoe tracked Alex's outreach. He tailors narratives. Victim of schemer to some. Sacrificial mate to others. Even betrayed venture ally. To few. Tales elaborate. Last week. Claimed I vowed title edition for anniversary, but spitefully reneged. Funny, he once overlooked mine a mid-app dev flop I bankrolled. Yesterday, frantic text from him vowing exposure of my secrets. Curious what, given I know his botched investments. That phase attempting pro-food blogger with my gear, ignored. But archived, since unfinished, Alex shuns facts. Now squandered Lily's cash, likely another scam. Doubtless plotting anew for entitled share. Last update. Figured finale, but Sunday grocery run, collided with Alex's mother, tried bypassing, but she halted. Chat needed. She's been kind always, but now weary. Irked, suggested brew. Her urgency swayed me. Seated, she inhaled. Must reveal Alex's antics. Overstepped. Apparently, Alex arrived parental home prior week with tall tale of reclaiming apartment. Per him, proof I duped him on billing. Alleged cash for initial fee. Mom interjected, recalling pre-Alex purchase presents. But he overrode, ranting case building. Needing loan for justice, parents denied. He erupted, accusing dream on support, siding against blood. Mom seemed drained recounting. Not my raised son, she sighed. Then unveiled unknowns. Alex told kid Sib he acquired from me ages back, borrowing for upgrades. Sis, 20, trusting, handed savings, to kin, varied spins. Secret union to some. Equity swap, promise to others. Even Gran heard I seized his tech, donated eons ago. Mom displayed snaps of his GoFundMe. Aid man regain abode from deceptive former. Packed with inventions. Life funds sunk. What funds? Doc manipulation. Pics of my place as his revamps. Soul revamp. Shifting decor procrastinating applications. Insane. Donations trickled. Minus $600 till mom flagged. Downed it. Had to intervene. Face facts. She stated, Alex driveway car slept week-long. Shunning indoors sans backing. Mornings, meetings for reclaim. Eves, progress fables. Mom overheard Mila call. Credit, she chuckled, disconnected. Not for pity. Prepare, he persists till forced. Then surprised. Gave album of Alex pics recent years, at gatherings, always device-bound pursuing, others engaging. Should have spotted user traits, angles, enabled too long. Sorry entangled. Tried returning. She refused. Hold. Perhaps he'll reclaim self, but now, act overdue. She and dad. Lock swaps, net cutoff. No driveway. Arranged uncle elsewhere with legit gig. No gadgets. No ploys. Plain labor. Accept, reform, or solo. Done seeing demolish others builds for shirking own. Parting hug. Thanks showing repercussions. Hope learns. Watched apart. Mixed feels. Ease family eyes open. Sorrow for potential lost.